Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69, and we have got an OP week for you this week. And what I mean about OP week is we've got some OP replays, like this one. We've got my highest ever damage coming up, which isn't quite as much as this one, but it's my personal best, which, because of that, I do really need to show it. It isn't a Death Star, so, and it's not as much damage as everyone has been doing. Not quite 8k, but very, very close. On top of that, we have some reviews, IS-2 Chinese line, and we've also tomorrow probably got the IS-2 SH, which is one of my personal favourite tier 8s. And then sub replays on the weekend. Also, we have got some OP replays already. But starting off with this battle, it is the FV215B, and it is driven by Captain Arcase. Now, they've just taken out the FV4202. Now, this is a really funny battle. It's funny, it's just everything. It's lucky, and it's also a heartbreaker. Now, look where everyone is. Now, you never see that. You've got a TD camping at the back, which is the Jaegeru. Everyone else is in this ditch in the middle. Now, unfortunately, the E4 comes around. He takes out the Jaegeru, but that means Arcase can get one more shot into him, and he needs this one more shot in for him to be a one shot, and that's exactly what happens. And now, so he takes him out for his second kill. And now he has an Object 263 rushing him and a T62 rushing him. But luckily, this Object 263 does not want to know him. So he pulls up right in front of him, then decides, actually, I'm going to go for the T62. He's easier to pen than you are. And the T62 on the enemy team also says the same thing, which is fair enough, which they are both focus firing, which is good play, in my opinion, but it just turns out to be they left with the wrong dude. So he's taken out the 263 for 3 kills, and now this T62 is having trouble, gets wrecked from the Death Star, and again the T62 does the right thing. He takes out the Death Star, who was a one shot. So it was just unfortunate how he died, pretty much. He got wrecked from that Death Star. He didn't really expect that. But now it's 2 against 3. So it's Captain Arcase and this mouse against a Death Star, an E100 and the T57. And already Arcase has got 4 kills. So possible Rassani. That doesn't happen. Spoiler alert. And also what they're not aware of at this time is there is an E100 that is AFK. Now, he does farm some damage from the E100, but I'm not going to spoil it because it is very unfortunate. Now, he knows that there's a Death Star to the left. He knows that there's the T57 in that middle around there, and he's just been spotted to the right, so he gets one shot, and unfortunately, he does bounce. So he's trying to angle up to this T57. He gets one shot in there, and he gets a shot in return, and any second now he's gonna get nearly 1,000 damage into him from that Death Star, which is very bad luck, because now he's a 2-shot to this T57. He's a 1-shot to the Death Star, and he could be a high roll 1-shot from the E100. But now he plays it dangerous. He wants to clear that T57, but he's now exposed to himself. He's left himself open for the Death Star, who's now not spotted. So he gets 1 shot into the T57, and he gets a shot in return. So now he is just a 1-shot, and he pulls off a fantastic shot here. That was amazing. And the T57 misses, and he's just waiting. Now the mouse is going to come up, and the mouse is going to clear him. So he's not going to get a Rassani. It's now just the E100 and a Death Star. And again, at present, they are not aware that the E100 is AFK. So they're going to go and focus on the Death Star, who is a one-shot. Now, our case is just a HESH roll for the Death Star, so he does need to be careful. And you can see there now, he's been spotted, but he has opened up the Death Star on top, and he gets one shot into him, and he's going to back up. And the Death Star is also backing up. Now, when I was watching this, I was actually thinking, the mouse, they need to go together. They need to go together, and the mouse has to take the shot. He is a one shot, but the DPM was a thing. If the mouse can get one shot into the Death Star, and Arcase can get another shot into the Death Star, which he's going to come around, but he does, unfortunately, bounce. But now the Death Star is focusing on the mouse, not just yet, but he's gets one shot into him, and now the mouse has shot him as well. And what I was thinking, what needs to happen, exactly what happened. So the mouse shot him, and he shot the mouse, which means Captain Arcase can focus on using that DPM and taking him out for his 5th kill. So now there's only 1 minute left on the clock, and there is an AFK. Now the time is run down. There's a full health E100. Now there's a shot in a minute that Arcase does that actually cost him a little bit of damage, and it's frustrating. So he's panicking the time. He tries that shot there, but he should have just waited, and he would have got him now, and it would have saved himself a couple of seconds. So bad decision. But now the E100 goes AFK, but there's still no time. So he's just going to, he knows exactly where he is, and he's just going to try and get as much damage as he can from this AFK before the time runs out. And at the end of the battle, you will see that he is shooting him, and he's not bouncing. But that one shot that he tried to snapshot does cost him probably not the battle, because the E100, I think he had about 400 or 500 HP left. So it did end in a draw. He did get 8.8k damage. It was a ratings battle, nearly 1900 XP. And you can see there, E100 AFK, and unfortunately it was a draw, but 8.8k damage. Now that is the new EU record, beating Oxbow by just a little bit. Not quite the record globally, it's 2nd, but he shoots the E100 5 times, and he does 1800 damage. So he left him on about 400 damage, but if he wouldn't have done that snapshot, he would have hit 9k damage. But games like this, I thought, yes, there is an AFK, but it does deserve a mention on its own, in its own replay, and I'll carry on doing this with battles like this. But for now, guys, hope you enjoyed the battle. I'm Meadsy, and I'll see you soon.